Good morning, everybody. It's Robert Dunt, the founder of ArtTop10.com, and I'm here today at this wonderful new exhibition at Tate Modern with the Assistant Curator Sarah Allen.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Oh, very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you, Sarah. So, do you just want to tell us the title of the show and give us a little bit about the premise, the background, the whole thing of it?
Absolutely. So the title of the show is Shape of Light, 100 Years of Photography and Abstract Art. And in this show, we are telling the history of abstract photography by putting it in dialogue with abstract painting. Okay. So we brought together over 350 works by over 150 artists.
Okay,
and we're really putting photography alongside iconic paintings and sculptures in order to kind of map out that history of how they speak to each other.
Oh, it sounds really cool. I love the idea, actually, of the dialogue between those two things. It really sets up a nice way of seeing each of the things in a different light, I guess. Yeah. So tell me, are there any favourite sort of dialogues that you've seen going on as you were curating it?
Definitely. I think one of the works in the first room is really interesting, and the first room is kind of, we are introducing many pairings as a way to kind of introduce the viewer to how they might look at the rest of the exhibition. Okay. So for example, we've got Pierre Dubreuil's image of a railway station at night paired with a painting by George Braque. So in that image you can see how Dubreuil is experimenting with ideas of cubism, with the idea of fracturing space and representing many moments within one picture plane, this idea that was so intrinsic to cubism.
Oh, that sounds absolutely fantastic, actually. I love a bit of cubism and fracturing the picture plane. And I'm an abstract painter myself, and so I wondered, the thing I find interesting is obviously paintings often have quite a surface, even if it's a very thin surface, like say on the one behind us, whereas photographs have a very different surface. They're more reflective, more glossy. Did you get any sense or curiosity of those surfaces as you were working on the exhibition?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question, actually, this idea of surface, because I think definitely when you get to the later rooms in the show, the interaction with the surface of photography really comes to the fore. So in the installation by Maya Rochat in the last room, you can see how she's using photography, painting, projection in a very multidisciplinary way to interrogate surfaces. So she photographs maybe rocks or rivers, but abstracts them to the point of kind of not being able to recognize the subject matter, but has that really interesting interrogation of surface in the work.
Oh, that's really interesting. That's very interesting, actually, because I suppose more contemporary artists would be drifting into that direction of that surface and that area. Yeah. Fascinating. Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say as well, it just struck me that Anthony Carnes, also a young photographer exhibiting beside Maya, has talked about how photographs are something that can move from any surface. So in his work, he has hacked Kindles and uploaded his images to the Kindle screens, and he sees photographs as something that can move from the page to the screen to the Kindle screen.
Oh, that's very nice. I like that. I like that sense of movement. Fascinating. And so, last question: when you were hanging it, was there any painting you were really excited to see in the flesh, or photo in the flesh for the first time?
Yeah, it's a really good question too. I think the show is a real. It kind of pays homage to the collection of paintings we have in the Tate. So we've taken these really iconic paintings like Braque, Kandinsky, Mondrian, and I think the really interesting thing is how you can start to look at these paintings through a different lens by seeing them in dialogue with the photographs. So it might be paintings that the viewer is very familiar with, but hopefully when they leave the show, will have a new perspective.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think that sounds really cool. I'm very, very looking forward to having a proper examination of it and getting a new way to find a new relationship with these paintings I've seen before. Thank you very much.
Bombuckler.